Hello everybody, I'm Murray Carter. Welcome to another Carter Cutlery video. Today we're going to briefly look at how we make the handles for our really popular high-grade series knives. You can see we've got a bunch of finished handles here on the table already. Let's see the different steps it takes to get one made. We have a bucket here full of all sorts of pieces of wood, select pieces of wood that basically there's cutoffs from other projects that are too small for larger handles, and we collect these together in our bucket. And they're just perfect for this kind of a project. The first thing that we'll do is we'll piece together a bunch of different pieces of wood to try to get a feel for the contrast of how the handle is going to look. We need 3 long pieces for the body of the handle and a couple of smaller pieces for what we'll call the ferrule. It's nice to put some kind of different color in there between the ferrule and the body of the handle for a nice color contrast. And sometimes for a more subdued look, we'll keep the material all the same color. Often we'll use this fiber paper spacer material, which we get from the different knife supply companies. After we've cut out the rough general pieces, the next is to take the center piece and cut it out for what is going to be the tang of the knife. We have this piece of steel here pre-made, and it's all marked off for different size kitchen knives, and we will cut out that center piece so it'll pre-fit the tang that's going to be attached to the knife. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue basically all these different pieces together like so. And here's an example of a handle that's already glued together. It's got the center piece, and what remains to be done is this outer piece needs to be glued onto that for square. Now the ferrule, in this case we've got some spacer material glued to it already. Then we take a drill press and we drill the center of the ferrule out, and you can see there's a hole in one end and a hole in the other. And then we'll take this special tool that we've pre-made and heat it red hot, and we'll actually carefully put it through that hole, and because this is wood, it'll burn a perfectly square hole. Here you can see this one's already got the hole all nicely, perfectly burnt. And you can see that slides in there very nicely. And after that, we're going to glue the ferrule portion on as well. And then what we'll do is we'll grind off all the excess and make it nice and flush and nice and square. You can see it's all been ground. The next step from here is to get it to its final dimensions, as well as chamfering these corners off to take the square to a nice octagonal shape. I'm going to show you that here in a second. The goal is to get a handle that is nice and octagonal shaped like this, and nice and polished and buffed up, that we can then later insert a blade into there and make a nice custom knife. So follow me over to the grinder and I'll show you how we go from square to octagon. Because this is a handle that's going to be held in the hand when using, we like to make it by hand. Give it that human touch. Now we have it flush on 3 sides. I'll chamfer these corners off and make it nice octagonal shape. Okay, once we have ground the handle to an octagonal shape and have the dimensions that we want, we'll change the grit of the sandpaper to a finer and finer grit successively until we have that beautiful satiny smooth finish that we want. We'll then chamfer these edges in the back and on the front, and then we'll buff it with our buffer here, and that's how we get this beautifully handcrafted, shiny, and smooth to the hand handle. On a parting note, I'd just like to let you guys know that every Thursday from 5 p.m. till 6:30 p.m., you can come to our address here in Hillsborough at 2038 Aloclec Drive, Suite 225, and come watch me and the Power Hammer make some great knives.